It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the last day of the last week of the first week of February.
Wow.
What?
Last day at the last week of the first week in February.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to all of you. We have surprises. I mean, I'm surprised. Apparently, I told Megan to show up today, and I guess she listened.
Your communication skills never cease to amaze me.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They don't amaze me anymore.
Megan, did I
because
really say for you to come
consistently.
today, or did I ask, were you coming today?
You said on Thursday, January 25th, which Friday next week? And I said, okay, yes, Friday next week, February 2nd.
Well,
And here's
Friday!
And here's what I
February
put out
2nd.
to everybody again.
Yeah.
grab your mic,
Include me
Megan.
in on all of these texts because at least I would say,
You know,
Freddie, I
some
know
of
who's
the
coming in.
some of the problems is that they text and talk to you, and then I lose all consciousness of what's going on.
But I was not in this feed at all
That's the problem.
because I wasn't in it. You didn't remember.
I didn't remember because she never confirmed. It's funny. Did you talk to Sopranos,
The Sopranos.
Casey.
Casey?
Yes, she said she was going to be here today, too.
Okay, now you see where the problem is.
And
Let
where
me
is she
tell you where the
today? You said she's working
She's
a double.
working a double. She got called in. She tells me everything she's doing.
That's good.
I think she's
At
nuts.
3 o'clock in the morning, I
Yeah,
know.
at 3 o'clock. She says, listen, I got called in to do a double, and she's doing a double, and she's making money.
Yeah.
So I said to her, now I'm going to work a deal where I'm going to tell her, give me 75% of your check to put it away for her, because she can't hold on to money.
No, she's not good at that.
I heard how you guys party.
We don't party.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you do.
We only
party
heard
too
about the
much.
night she lost her glasses when you came over.
She did?
Yeah.
Yeah, she loses her glass a lot. It's like her third pair of glasses that she's bought, I think. She's
can I
always
tell ya?
leaving them somewhere.
She says that you and her and somebody, there's another girl, that three of you hang out,
Allison, her roommate.
until,
Probably.
or whatever, until
She tells you
doesn't.
everything?
Yeah.
Wow,
So
what
I
are you,
say
like
to
a
her, because I want to know what she's doing, because she's a little knucklehead sometimes.
Yes.
And she leaves her what was it, bank card somewhere, or her driver's license, one or the other.
I think it was her card. I think she left her bank card somewhere.
Yep. And I said, well, go get it. Oh, you think they'll give it back to me? I said, what is wrong with you?
They will definitely give it back to her. I don't know why she'd say that.
But they have you like the person responsible for all of them. You're like the mature one of the three tribesmen.
I try to be.
That's
I'm
what she
like the
tells me.
oldest, so it's my job, you know.
That's what
So.
she tells me.
And we
Yeah.
haven't seen your brother in a month either.
I don't even ever know what he's doing.
We
He
don't
keeps
either.
telling me he's coming in and then he doesn't.
Where is he, home?
Today he's home. He had an appointment or something.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since
Yeah,
Make-
I
pretty good
need
4
to
weeks.
get
Make
on
him wash the car.
We
yeah,
wanted to
he
make
should
him
be
wash our
washing the car.
windows when he came in, but he never came in.
No.
So Freddie did the windows. Wait till you see tomorrow's TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
Freddie, window cleaner extraordinaire. Ladder,
Moving on.
Latter.
Yeah, I know. Gotta love him. So one of the reasons I wanted you to come in, because I wanted Johnny Melnick to talk to her. I would like her to do some co-hosting on the Johnny Melnick show, which is
Okay.
airing and taping on Tuesday. But I got, you zigged and I zagged because Johnny was here on Monday, and I wanted to talk to him on Monday, and then out of sight, out of mind, I forgot. And then your new manager told me that she was going to talk to you.
My new
And
manager.
I lost all of, because we're looking for a new name for Megan. She wants to have a stage name. Now, these
Yeah.
things are normally done in the back room. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You lose a poker game, you lose a hand of cards, something.
Someone says something and you're like, that's it. Yeah, I just haven't found that yet. So
What's your niche? What is it that highlights you differently from everybody else?
that's a good question.
I don't really know. I like to sing, but that's not different than everyone else. I feel like I try and write my stuff to be like very genuine. At least my songs, I try to like. I'm not sure yet.
So what do you think her stage name should be? Honesty or?
It could be like, you know how you've got Swifties? We could have Folkies.
Folkies?
That was a folkie.
Her last name.
Yeah, it's my last name is.
So it doesn't have anything to do with first and last name. I was told by your manager that all of that has to be put to the side and you want a fresh new beginning.
If Casey is my manager, hope might be lost for me.
That's what Josh would say. He's like, you're the low-lying fruit on the tree.
I love Casey, but I don't know how she could manage me, but we'll see.
Well,
but the only reason I was thinking of having like a stage name was because I do work for my dad and I do a lot of marketing and stuff for our business. So I wanted to be able to like separate my music from that. But also I think I find it really comforting, like being able to just put my music out and like not have my name attached to it and just have like people like my music for my music, if that makes sense.
That's your name?
Yeah. I don't know. I like
Mysterio.
But don't you think your name represents who you are?
Yeah, I do. And that's kind of why I'm like, because I just don't know what to do quite yet. But
So I kind of think like all we have in life is our name. We come in, we're born, our name is our identity. It's who we are. It's what we represent. Good or bad, it's who we are.
Yeah.
So you're like Meg from Hercules. Like, you're just Meg. We just call her just Meg.
Just Meg.
Just Meg.
No, that's not a name. That's
What?
that's a byline.
Meg.
It's got to be bigger, more bold, more. It's got to be stage.
Think about it.
What they call J-Lo. They call, what's a couple of other ones?
Prince.
Otherwise known
Prince.
as Prince.
Now this guy changed his name more. He's changed his socks.
And then he was like otherwise known as, then he was a symbol.
A symbol.
Right.
You could be a symbol. There's a lot of symbols.
Yeah.
Color like paddleball. We got things to talk about.
Symbols.
Symbols.
So anyway, so if you're watching today's show, you got a nice name for Megan to have on the stage. Just let us know.
Send
I'd like
it
to
in.
throw.
What's Megan's new name?
And what's Megan's new name? That could be it. The artist formerly known as Megan. And we put a $sign up.
Perfect.
Yesterday we got to go on location. We missed you. We were at Smoke Barbecue in East Fort Lauderdale on the Galt Ocean Mile. So it's right off of Oakland Park Boulevard and A1A. I think they've got some pictures. Here you go. This was before the feast. Everyone's kind of hanging and talking, and that's somewhere between Freddie's plate and a whole lot of food.
The plate you gave away.
The plate I gave away.
And that's Raul.
That's Raul, who does our pickleball, Raul DeCastro. This was the end with Esther. And then Baxton got sick. Look at Josh's face. He's like, what? And there you have it.
That's why Baxton's not here today.
Esther wore him out.
I don't know. She was jumping on. She was trying to jump in his arms for him to lift
And there
her,
she is.
like that, and she fell.
Did she?
Yeah,
She's always
he
on the
dropped
floor.
her.
Esther's always on the
Well,
floor.
she ain't no lightweight either. She's a little heavy.
She is not.
Twice, right?
She was on the floor twice, or Baxter dropped her twice.
No, he dropped her twice.
Ooh, oh, she's like, ooh, ow.
What?
Your mic?
What about it?
Where is it?
It's right here. Right? How you doing?
All right, we're gonna take a commercial.
Hold it.
You don't have a mic on?
Hold it. I wanna also clear something up. Wait a minute. Don't play music. I wanna clear something up. Because you guys are making fun. What? All right, what about now? Thank you, Kimosabi. What about now? Is that
Happy
good?
Friday to you.
Okay. So I just want to point out that Casey, AKA the manager, actually put together a piece for South Oldies, Florida, South Oldies music at the radio station.
South Florida Oldies.
That one. At Meisner Park, they are holding an event on March 23rd, which is all the oldies singers. Now, I know all of them. I know of them, and I know two of them that are actually going to be at Meisner Park. So she put this thing together, and Josh was making fun of her, and they sent it to South Florida Oldies, to Vic and Jody, and some of the sponsors of this thing. Is going to be tremendous, and they loved it. And they want to hire us to do all of their promotional work as well. So I'm going to tell you something. The low-bearing fruit is pretty good. She was so proud of herself. She refused to give, because I had passed it on to somebody else.
She did a great job. You guys teased her, but she's done a really
I
great
don't tease
job.
her. I'm her biggest fan, except she's a knucklehead sometimes. And I got to make sure she doesn't leave her shoes in the car or whatever. But I just want to say that because I know that she watches the show sometimes. And I got to say, I'm in Casey's corner. And I call her Sopranos because she's from New
Call it
Jersey.
Casey's Corner.
And I call her Sopranos. And the bottom line is, if it wasn't for Casey, we had never met this
Sure.
young lady who happens to have the voice. But I wanted to do this because I want people to see that behind you just singing. Every time you come in, you sing and you run out of here to go to work.
I know. I work full time now, so I'm always running everywhere.
But I
That's
want
why-
people to know the person,
Yeah.
who you are, that you can handle a microphone. I'm going to talk. Matter of fact, now I got to call him because I know you were coming. Because I would like to throw her in. We have a new show starting taping on Tuesday at 3, which is, what is it, JT's? The Song Studio is for, just like you, people who write music. Think about this. How long has it taken you to write music?
A long time.
And what do you do with it after you write it?
You can use your mic.
I haven't. Oh, sorry.
You use Spotify, I know that.
Well, I haven't been able to put anything on anywhere yet, just because I personally, like, I'm not a producer. So it's really hard. Like, the software I use to make my songs is like an internet software. It's not like professional, I can't. So I just need a way to record them, really. But I
Well-
just have my songs.
Well, that's why he wants to talk to you. Because
Yeah.
that's what he does. They got a professional studio down in North Miami.
Yeah.
And they want to take the music in. He has a couple of tracks that he wants you to sing for him. There's all this other stuff on top of just singing on the microphone.
Yeah.
And you're an up-and-coming star. I said the same thing to Kendra 10 years ago. And you have even more skills than she had at the time when she started. And look at her now. She's in movies. She's going to Vegas to shoot something else. She's everywhere. So these are the things, and that's what I wanted to talk to your dad about. I'm not asking for all the time. I'm just asking for a little bit of time to make that happen. So, Mr. Melnick, you'll be getting a phone call from me during the commercial break.
Can we take a commercial break?
Now you can, because I'm going to get yelled at. I just wanted to put that in there because I feel bad for Casey. She
Chelsea's
really,
gonna
really
yell at you.
tries. Yeah, well, let her yell.
More to come on the other side of this commercial break. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content,
Exclusive.
like watching Freddie clean the windows. You'll see that coming up probably later today. More to come.
Wax on, wax
We'll
off.
be right back.
South Florida, are you ready? Backed by popular demand, the True Oldies channel presents the 1-800-ALARM-ME Saturday Night Dance Fever. Live in concert, Tavares. The Tramps featuring Earl Young. Evelyn Champagne King. The legendary Blue Notes. George McRae. The Cover Girls. The Sugar Hill Gang. France Jolie. Hosted by Denny Terrio. Saturday, March 23rd at Meisner Park Amphitheater in Boca Raton. It's the 1-800-ALARM-ME Saturday Night Dance Fever. Live in concert. Tickets on sale now at TrueOldiesFLA.com. Brought to you by 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, Contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Ant Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are in India. No, not India. Where are we? Where are we?
He's always so politically
I'm going
incorrect.
somewhere. Hey, listen, I'm going to be in India someday, and if you don't follow along, you stay behind.
We're at Smoke Barbecue down on the Galt Ocean Mile in East
Where?
Fort Lauderdale. The Galt.
The what?
The Galt Ocean Mile in East Fort Lauderdale.
How weekends roll.
He's
Weekends.
not. He's not a.
Weekends.
Oh,
He's
how
not a
weekends roll?
Rican.
No, you gotta
Latinos.
grub.
How Latinos roll.
You gotta grub. Bring out the food and we go at it.
You
So
see?
as soon as the food comes, we're gonna go get down to business.
That's it. We're going to get
Suck
down
up,
to business.
suck up the aroma.
The aroma.
Ah,
We got India and then some.
Well, we've decided it's Producer Appreciation Day here at the studio.
It is. Appreciation Day to all of you who helped put this thing together. I even show some mugs to you. We're going to order those as well, so you can have your name on a mug.
You know what we should do? Get mug shots.
Mug shot?
Mug shots. We should get a shot on a mug, and this is like a mug shot.
A mug shot.
Chicken?
Me, I eat anything on a plate. I don't care what it is.
He
It could
may-
be
he may use
fish,
a plate.
it could be shrimp, it could be pork, it could be ribs. I take a little bit of everything.
That sounds like something is frying, is what it smells like.
I see it, I eat it. The question is, how fast can I engulf it?
oh yeah, that looks delicious.
I'm glad you did.
No, anytime, Michelle. This looks
A
outstanding.
brisket.
So we've got the brisket passed. Okay.
Share yours because you passed it over to Raul. He's not going to like it, me sharing.
Cornbread and mac and cheese.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
this is amazing.
But you keep giving away money. Every
keep
time I
giving
go to
away
get
food.
something, you take it.
It'll come back to you, don't worry. This mac and
What
cheese.
you do to my fork? Give me this.
This mac and cheese is incredible. What happened to your fork? Grace, is there another fork down there?
One of them black things.
You want a black tongue?
No mac and cheese.
Beef and pork with jalapenos and cheddar.
Yeah. Smoked barbecue.
Fred is taking the food before I try to serve it because he knows he's going to lose out on it. Anyone want to try sausage, Baxton?
Coming through
Why? It's very much like her
because-
whole style.
No, she has like this deep vibe. I went on AI to find out what Megan stage name would be. They came out with Megan Phoenix. They came out with Megan Star.
Megan Star. Sounds like Patrick Star.
That's what they're saying.
Okay. Interesting.
I was intrigued with the sound, with the vibes. That's a different sound for you.
Yeah, that was one of my songs I finished this morning.
You see?
This morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like 30 minutes before I left.
That was during breakfast.
You going to stay with us for a little bit?
Yeah, I have a little bit.
All right, good. Hang out with us. We're going to talk to Dan Alter as we're kind of in this slow, mellow mode. We're going to talk about quiet paddles. It's for pickleball. Ever play pickleball?
No. I've heard so much about pickleball, but I've never played it myself, so.
We're going to talk to Dan. We met Dan when we were at the pickleball event, the Boca Masters at Patrice Park a few weeks ago. And Dan does not live in town. Dan Alter of Quiet Play Paddles. And I'm loving the logo of this Quiet Play Paddles, Dan. So welcome, Dan and Linda, to the studio. I got that right. You got her name right. I said, your name's not really Linda, is it? She's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, of course, you wouldn't
First
get
of
that
all,
wrong.
Linda doesn't want to be on camera, so she's
not
not
on
even
camera.
here.
We're just saying hello.
She's
like, thumbs up, hello, how you doing?
It's funny because this particular paddle is the silencer, like the Sopranos, you put a silencer on it and take care of your opponent.
No.
Type of deal.
So we were at the Boca Masters, and I tried this new energy drink they had. We have a few cases if anyone would like. It's called, what's it called, the new energy drink? Rainstorm? And we have it, and I went through half a can, and I got starving. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go get something to eat. And everything was, when you need something like right then, you can't even wait to cook because you're so hungry.
Yes.
So I grabbed the quickest thing I could find, and I was right across the way from Quiet Paddles. And I'm like inhaling this, and Freddie's like, oh my God, I've never seen you eat so much food. You said that yesterday also.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, all that and everything else. And we saw Dan there and Quiet Play Paddles, which is so amazing because there's so many different kinds of paddles. I didn't realize they make noise other than people are always complaining in neighborhoods that it's too loud. And you came up with this great concept to make the impact softer, quieter.
Yeah, thank you for having us, or having me to talk about the paddles. It's really interesting because, at least to me, 6 years ago, didn't even know what pickleball was. I was a tennis player, and I moved down from Central Florida to North Fort Myers, moving to this edition, and the local news is playing on that evening, and there's a huge controversy about a pickleplex in Punta Gorda, and all the neighbors are up in arms saying we don't want it, it's too noisy. And I'm thinking, that's weird. Next thing you know, my neighborhood, which only had 4 courts at the time, there's a huge controversy, and somebody's wanting to sue the HOA, and they want to shut down pickleball. And I thought, so I look at these things, and I'm looking at them like, it's just a laminate. I can quiet that down. I've been doing that for years, with automotive, aerospace, rail, all these kinds of things. Okay. So it wasn't a couple weeks later, one major brand got a hold of me because I work in composites. That's all I've done since 1985. And they said, hey, we want to make a pickleball paddle. Can you make the blanks for us? Or can you find somebody? And so this is like 5-6 years ago. I found somebody to make the paddles for them. They were too heavy, too expensive, on and on. So at the same time, I thought, well, why don't we make them quieter, Yeah. So that's pretty easy to do. We have the same technology that we've been using in these other industries. So a few more years go by, another major brand, one of the largest, gets a hold of us and says, hey, can you find somebody to make the paddles? I find this guy in Sebring, Florida, customer, and go there and talk to him, and he says, yeah, I can make those things. And so we start making laminates, and he says, well, I need them for, a $15 or $20 a piece. And, the sound damping that we put in it alone is $40 worth of material. So it's not like, something you're going to buy off Amazon and get a $30, $40 paddle. But the higher end and medium range, we're right there with their costs. So anyway, so I thought it might be interesting. Is it all right to do a little sound
Absolutely.
demo? I don't know not
You need someone to hold the mic for you?
Yeah, would you hold that for just a second? Because I want to.
You just put it near him so he can hear.
Just hold on to it for a second.
So he can talk. There you go.
Yeah, what I'm wanting to do is show, this is a normal boat laminate here. And I'm going to make a wrap on it. So it's kind of sharp and loud. And then this is one with sound dampening.
Ah.
So there's science behind all that. And the difference is in that dampening, you have decibel reading, which is most normal paddles today are 82 or higher on a decibel reading, and we're at 79 or lower. That's not that great, you think. Well, then there's hertz, and your sound engineers here probably understand all that. So the hertz, all these other paddles are at 1200 hertz or greater, and ours is at under 1,000, and actually all the way down to 600 hertz. We took it to an independent lab and had that tested by a gentleman named Bob Unitic, who's a professional engineer, and he's retired, but that's what he spent his whole career doing. And we took 10 different paddles last summer to validate that we were actually doing something, and we had a couple of control paddles. So anyway, kind of cut to the chase here, one of the major brands was going to jump on board, and in the meantime, they were selling the business. Well, when you sell the business, the new partners just wanted to keep doing what you always have done. So that's what they did. They said, okay. So the guy that the business that I've been talking to, who was a customer, he says, I'm just going to start my own business. He said, I'm going to make a quiet paddle. I said, okay. And so I helped him do the intellectual property, and the next thing you know, here's Quiet Play launched, and we're at a show and we're talking to people, and the interesting thing to me was, as an by the way, we had two pros play, senior pros, and one of the guys, he was from Utah, and the other guy was from California or somewhere like that. They played it for an hour, and they came back and they said, oh my gosh, if we could play this, but we're sponsored by somebody else. And he says, my arm doesn't hurt. I said, and I didn't even think about it as, oh, you know what? When sound is energy, and when you absorb sound, which it actually turns it into a little bit of heat inside the paddle, it actually takes away the attenuation or the vibration and dampened the arm thing. And I thought, who knew? So then the next thing he says, both of them said, it's like the ball's Velcroed to the surface. And I started thinking, well, we put the maximum amount of, and we put that into patents too, on the surface, the absolute maximum that you can get. And I've been making these things for well over a year, and one of my neighbors down the street, Bob, he's still playing with it, and it peels the plastic off the ball. And most paddles that have what they call this raw carbon face, even though the carbon has nothing to do with it, it's actually epoxy, and the surface treatment that we put on it, it's actually peels the ball, but it creates an incredible amount of spin. And so for whatever, between the sound damping and then the surface, we get a lot more control and spin. And those just came along for the ride. What I was really trying to do was solve the sound problem.
And you solved this. What is your background? You say in composite and boating and cars. What did?
So I'm getting ready to retire in April from Composites One. I've worked there since 1997, and before that I worked for Coachman Industries and ran a plant making RVs parts and van tops back when conversion vans was a big deal. And it's all I've done is just make all sorts of things. So now my current role, which I'm actually exiting from, is Advanced Composites Applications Manager. So in essence, people will come to me and say, I want to make a ski, a bow and arrow, a boat, an airplane wing, an airplane seat. And we're currently using aluminum, steel, wood, whatever. And we want to make it faster, lighter, stronger. And I go in and look at what their capabilities are and tell them how to build whatever it is they want to build and within their how they want to build it. So that you have to hit price, you have to hit cost, and you also have to do it to where it's something that's within their capability.
And they decided, oh, let me do this. Now you don't use carbon. Everyone's talking to us on these paddles with carbon fiber, and there's X amount of grit and all. But you use your type of composite and an epoxy, so it's a different compound?
Great question. We're actually using carbon and fiberglass, and we're using hybrids where we're using one of each, and all that goes into it. But really, we're using all aerospace grade products. So, for instance, the carbon on our surface of our Carbon Pro has T1100 carbon, and T1100 is intermediate modulus. And you're going to say, oh God, what's intermediate modulus? Intermediate modulus means stiffness, and so it means it's stronger. And usually when you use intermediate modulus or high modulus, those can be used for offensive and defensive weapons, so you have to have clearance from the government to even utilize those kinds of materials. And everyone else making their paddles is using a T700, with nothing wrong with it, and we use some as well occasionally, but it is standard modulus. So it's everyday run-of-the-mill fishing poles and stuff like that.
But I gotta ask, when you make the paddle, are they all made the same, or each paddle is made differently? You use some of this, some of that?
Great question.
So these are the different products that you have.
Yeah, they're made differently. So the power one, which is up here next to me, the power is one of the other unique things that we did, and thank you for asking the question, because the core in that one is actually it has almost I don't remember what the data is, but it's 10,000 psi for a polypropylene honeycomb core, and this one is like 300,000.
But the question here is, if I'm a power player, because
you don't know what 100, 300
I wouldn't know.
PSI.
I wouldn't know 100 from 200. But if I'm a power player, in other words, I like to spin the ball and serve hard. Are these paddles you're making different for different individuals?
Yeah. So we have the touch, which is more for people that want a finesse game.
Okay.
The power, I like the power because I'm a tennis player, and it feels more like I'm hitting a tennis racket, so I get more response. And then we have the Carbon Pro, which is what the two pros like the touch and the Carbon Pro, because they hit the ball so hard anyway that they didn't need the added power. I gave the power, which is actually using a Tupelo core, and the core in and of itself makes that paddle stronger and stiffer than anybody else's paddle on the market, just by virtue of the laminate design. And that's all I do is laminate designs. I looked at what's on the market, and pretty much everybody in the market uses the exact same thing, and most of them buy panels from China. They bring them over here, they have them cut out, put their artwork on it, and assemble them.
Yeah, but the difference here is that depending on what the player wants, you're actually customing the paddle to how they play.
Absolutely. That's the reason that there's 3 different types.
Exactly. When I was playing ball, a baseball bat comes in different flavors for different players. Depending on where you hit the ball on the barrel of the bat, it's the type of bat that they made for you, because they would make it so that if you hit it at the end more, if you hit it at the inside more, every barrel was different. Every ounce on the bat is different. So I can relate to what he's saying. At the level, now, are all of these paddles for professional use if they want to be in tournaments?
They're all tournament ready. Okay. And that was one of the other things. I wanted to make sure that you could play it at the highest levels or the lowest levels, because a lot of people, even people as old as I am, take their sports very seriously, and they want to win. and they want to say, I'm using, what can be used in tournament play and stuff like that. So every one of these, to your point, has a different weight.
Yep.
And a little bit different feel.
I got to tell you, I find this so cool. Not that other people that make paddles are not cool, but I find this cool because he's the first one. You set out for something that's supposed to be quieter, for whatever. But the real science on this thing is that it improves your game, because he's sort of putting on a pair of shoes to make you run right. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. He's making it more custom,
right,
for beginners or people that want to have the power game or the finesse game. He actually has a paddle to fit that equation, which is different than anybody else that we've met so far.
And then you tell me you're changing the size of the grip.
Yeah. So what? So we went to the show and we had this large grip, which fits my big old hamburger hand. And a lot of the ladies came up and said, "Well, that's too big. Can you make them smaller?" Well, that's easy, So most paddles, they're European goes 1 through, I can't remember, 0 through 5 or 6. But most paddles today are made 4 1/8 to 4 3/8 or something like that, which is measured going around this way. So all we have to do is put a different size, for lack of a better term, a shim in there, and then glue it to it, and that's all we're doing. And so we're going to start making them smaller, and then when people want a larger one, they just do an over grip like you would do with a tennis racket. So when I have a tennis racket, I'll wrap it if it's too small of a grip.
But don't you have to compensate for the change in weight?
It's so little weight, and because it's down, it's not out on the end. When it's out on the end, you feel the weight. When it's right in your hand, it doesn't make much difference, especially when you're talking like maybe an ounce.
But you got to tell you, those ounces save your elbow.
Yeah.
Well, the impact,
Safety.
which is so interesting, right? You hear feel the energy, the sound, vibration that isn't penetrating your arm and hurting your elbow and vibrating, which you could use this technology for so many things.
Yeah, and it was, honest to goodness, I was really just trying to do the sound, and I was just shocked. I shouldn't have been shocked that he commented right away about the arm. And matter of fact, this particular guy is going to bring them out to Utah, and he's going to take it into multiple clubs, and he trains people, but he has a lot of people that have arm issues. And he said the sound thing is interesting, particularly for indoor courts. He said because it's not a social game indoor anymore. And I thought, what do you mean it's not social? And he said, no, it's not social because the noise level inside of a building, most of the buildings they play in are like old malls and stuff. They don't have good acoustics. And so you can't even talk. And it's supposed to be a social game. That's part of the beauty of these type of paddle sports, so that you can talk to people.
Well, that's just, for me, and that's what he set out to do. But for me, that's just the gravy on the deal. I think that it's really smart the way he customs different styles of game for different people. Not because I'm a pro at it, but because I could see if you were a pro, you want to talk to them and what develops their game the best, you got your best chances with this.
What I find so amazing is how many people we've interviewed that were getting ready to retire and ended up in a whole other industry in pickleball, right? Even Carl.
And not only that, but it's the fastest growing deal in America and in Europe. The numbers are just phenomenal. And you get some exercise and you socialize, and there's a whole bunch of other things that come with this. And you can get educated on the best level of a paddle. The game is all about the paddle and your movement. That's why I want to do the shoes. Now I'm all revved up on this thing, because the shoes are just as important as the paddle that you're playing on.
Well, I'll tell you something else that's interesting to me. I read multiple articles about playing paddle sports, and people that play paddle sports as they age tend to have much longer life expectancy, almost 10 years. And it has something to do with the eye-hand coordination, the brain, and the socialization. And you're moving. And how many people, I can tell you, the guy that coaches me in tennis is like 82 or 83 years old, and he doesn't look a day over 62.
Wow.
That's because you got to run after the ball. When it leaves, you got to go get
moving.
it.
He's moving.
And you're thinking and talking and
back in the
socializing.
day, we used to play paddleball. Against the wall. 4 people used to play. Back in the day, that's what we used to play.
Racquetball.
Huh?
Racquetball or handball?
No, it was called paddleball. There was a handball.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like handball. It hurt my hand. But the paddleball, Mimi's husband, Frankie, was the paddleball champion. And we used to go to different tournaments on this thing. But those paddles were solid wood. And some of them had a rim of metal on them. And there was these little black, and they turned black, and they had blue ones as well. That's what I remember about this.
Then you would love this game.
Well, I don't know. I'm
I think
tell
you have to
this
move.
game is a little different. This game, you gotta be a little coordinated.
You know what's interesting is in our neighborhood we have multiple levels, and you just play with the level of player that you can play with. I will say the very first time I played, I thought, this is boring. It's too slow for me. Well, I was playing with people that weren't that
At your
good,
level.
and I didn't realize it till I went out and went to a pickleball tournament, and then I was hitting balls with people, and I'm like, this is fun. I couldn't believe it. And what's weird is I was playing, I spent the whole weekend there hitting the pickleball. I go back to play tennis, and my game improved in tennis because this little paddle and that little wiffle ball is small. Well, not smaller, but the paddle's smaller, so I was focused more, and I caught myself watching the ball more when I played tennis.
It improved your vision on this, but it's a great product.
How do people get it?
Well, you can get it online right now at quietplaypaddles.com, and then you could call me and we'll hook you up. But for sure, we're just trying to get our name out there.
And the logo is the best.
Thank you.
It is. I like the fact that if
Hush
you
or shh.
I like the fact that if you call them, they give you more than just one thing to buy. You can talk about what your game is. A beginner is not the same. Well, we saw real quick.
Yeah.
Beginner and champions there's a lot of levels there. And we got to cover a play-by-play at that tournament. And we were sitting up close. And this ball was on top of us in a second. I said, wow, this is no wiffle ball game that I remember. That thing was fast, and they were moving and grooving.
But the technology and the science and everyone's different input on it is what makes this game so
tremendous.
much fun, right?
Tremendous.
We see the different levels of paddles and sport and balls and clothing and all the different technology, but everyone's having a good time, and that's what's so incredible. And if you can help prevent some injuries,
That's even better.
that's even better.
It's even better.
Yeah. It's
Your
exciting.
product offers more than just the silencer.
So, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
It is our pleasure. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, I think we're going to have a couple songs from Megan, or just Meg, whatever we're going to call her for
The
now.
Phoenix.
But Megan Folk, the Phoenix has risen out of the
I don't know. We
whatever.
gotta come up with a name.
More to come on the other side. Check out your Quiet Play paddles at quietplaypaddles.com. Let us know what you think about it. More to come. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to stephaniejaffeart.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
That was really cool.
You know, I think we should do a pickleball in-house deal.
I need to learn how to play.
The lady with the book, what's her
Yes.
name?
C.S. Singer.
Call her today. I think we should take the crew out and everybody learn how to play pickleball.
Her husband said he would teach us.
Yes, if we filmed it. So we have to take a camera, we film. And we should go out there. Josh will play, Pikachu will play.
You want to play? Fusha's going to play.
Wait a minute. Let me see. I don't think she's going to make it over the net. You have to be over the net.
She's going to do it.
And we have some fun with this thing. Is Megan going to sing? Yeah. Are you ready?
But that whole week, well, yeah, she'll take us out for the show. That whole week in March, there's this Delray Beach pickleball event. Then we've got a Sunscape Boca Raton art event on the 21st. And then on Thursday, the 23rd, Friday the 23rd, we're at Meisner Park Amphitheater with the True Oldies event, where there are advertising and sponsorship opportunities available.
4 spots. So if you want a spot at that Meisner piece, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be 10,000 people out there. It's huge. Come and call us right now. I got to make 2 phone calls.
There are a lot of events coming up, so we should put a whole calendar out of all the things that are happening.
We should do a blitz.
So let me call Karen. What is it called? 00 Start is the name of the book. We'll talk to her and see about getting some pickleball lessons.
We should. It could
paddles.
be fun. I'll be drinking and paddling at the same time.
You're going to have some fun. To our crew, thank you for an amazing week. And to Smoke Barbecue, thank you for hosting us and everybody yesterday. If you are in the Fort Lauderdale area or even North Miami, Delray, Boca, head on down to Smoke. What an experience it is. The staff is incredible. The food is unbelievable. And if you are a non-meat eater, don't let that stop you, because they have vegan options as well. They've got pea protein burgers. They've got, their sides are delicious. The tater tots, and they had chips, cornbread. It is like a carb lover's delight. So you can go even if you are vegan and enjoy the smokehouse flavor.
And people are the best. People are the best. You're going to enjoy it. Guarantee. Check it out.
So you have any ready for a good weekend? It's going to be
I'm
beautiful
gonna be
tomorrow.
packing.
You can pack. Tomorrow's going to be beautiful. There is a Boca Raton Museum art fair, and I believe the pieces are still up at the museum in Delray.
We have to call them. I want to do a show up there.
I know she's away this week. She'll be back next week. And we'll get in touch with Maruska Gatto of that.
Okay.
We'll do that at the Cornell Museum up in Delray Beach. But if you missed last week, check it out. Beatles on the Beach art is still there. Ringo Starr's art, John Lennon's art, some Paul McCartney pieces, as well as Stickman. Amazing pieces of art. And it's always free. So if it's a little bit rainy on Sunday, go ahead up and check it out and just enjoy it.
Busy weekend.
It's a busy weekend.
I got to pack.
You got to pack.
Yes.
Got things to do. Megan, you look beautiful as ever. I can't wait. I don't know how he turned that light orange. That's kind of cool. See what you've got coming up. You're going to keep us up to date on gigs and everything?
Yes.
Are you doing gigs? Are you gigging?
Not yet, not gigging yet. Hopefully soon though.
Oh, we're going to change all that.
And if you're playing pickleball, let us know how your game is. Give us some tips.
Yeah, come and share with us, and we'll share some of the people that we have. We have For Joy Paddle's daughter coming in next week. She's going to be hanging out in here, and we'll get some pickleball advice. And then I'm going to launch the shoes. Watch.
We've got a new love show happening called Love in the Keys, a romance novel book. I'm going to read that this weekend.
Today at what time? 4 o'clock?
3 o'clock is Being Tracy.
We got Being Tracy. Hey, how are you, Red? Being Tracy today at 4 o'clock. Check it out. You're invited to come in because she'll take anybody that wants to come and see the show.
All right.
Big numbers. I just saw them. Big numbers.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, everyone. We're going to have the music of Megan take us out for a wonderful weekend. It's going to be beautiful outside. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and we will see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. It's not warm when he's away. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone, and he's always gone too long. Anytime he goes away, I wonder this time where he's gone. If he's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime he goes away. And I know, 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 I wanna leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Ooh, ain't no sunshine when he's gone. The darkness ain't no sunshine when he's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away.
Thanks, everyone. People Etta James. She is the best.
Something told me it was over. When I saw you and her talking, something deep down in my soul said, cry, girl. When I saw you and that girl walking out, ooh, I would rather go blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me, child. Ooh. So you see, I love you so much that I don't want to watch you leave me, baby. Most of all, I just don't want to be free. No. Ooh. I was just sitting there thinking of your kiss and your warm embrace. to my lips now, babe. Revealed the tears that was on my face. And baby, baby, I'd rather be blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me. Baby, 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 I'd rather be blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.